Are you losing marks in IELTS? Writing Task 1 because your overview is too weak? Many candidates describe the chart, but they don't actually summarize the main features. In this lesson, I'll show you how to build a stronger Band 7+ style overview in just a few simple steps. First, what exactly is an overview? In Academic Writing Task 1, you're given visual information such as a graph, chart, table, map, or process. Your overview is the part where you summarize the most important features of that information. Think of it as the big picture, not every individual detail. One of the biggest mistakes is simply describing individual numbers. For example, imagine a chart showing the number of people using 3 types of transport between 2000 and 2020. A weak overview might say, the number of people using cars was 50,000 in 2000 and increased to 70,000 in 2020. That's information from the chart, but it isn't really an overview. It focuses on one detail instead of telling us what happened overall. A stronger overview steps back and identifies the main trends, changes, or differences. So instead of listing individual numbers, ask yourself 3 questions. What generally increased or decreased? What was the biggest or most noticeable feature? And what important comparison can I make? Here's a simple way to remember it. Trend, key feature, comparison. You don't always need all 3 in exactly the same way. The goal is to identify the most important patterns and communicate the big picture clearly. Let's put this into practice. Imagine this simple chart. A weak overview might say, car use increased from 50,000 to 70,000, while bus use fell from 60,000 to 45,000. Notice what happened. We've described 2 numbers, but we haven't really shown the bigger picture. Now step back and look at the overall pattern. Cars increased, bus use decreased, and train use showed the most significant increase, ending at a similar level to cars. So a stronger overview could say, overall car and train use increased over the period, while bus use declined. The most notable change was the sharp rise in train use, which ended at a similar level to car use. Another important point, your overview is not the place for every number. Specific figures are usually more useful when you develop the key features in the body paragraphs. In the overview, focus on the main trends, major differences, and significant changes. Think big picture first. Details come later. Which sentence is a better overview? A. The number of car users increased from 50,000 to 70,000. Or B. Overall car and train use increased while bus use declined. Correct. Option B summarizes the overall trends instead of focusing on one specific number. What should you focus on in an IELTS Task 1 overview? A. Every number. B. Minor details. C. Main trends and key features. Or D. Your personal opinion. Exactly. Your overview should give the examiner the big picture by highlighting the main trends, changes, or differences. Before you finish your overview, ask yourself 3 things. Did I identify the main trend? Did I mention the most important feature or change? And did I make an important comparison where appropriate? If the answer is yes, you're giving the examiner a clear picture of the information rather than simply listing details. If you're preparing for IELTS and aiming for Band 7 or higher, subscribe to IELTS Insight for more practical lessons, examples, and exam strategies. And watch our Speaking Part 3 lesson next to learn how to develop stronger Band 7+ style answers.